Hi crypto kings and queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, I will go through Bitcoin and why I do believe that we can bounce in between the 50 and 61% on the 3-monthly chart. I've showed you this a couple of weeks ago about us coming back down to this level, and this is exactly what's happening right now. But that is long-term target on Bitcoin. I will also show you short-term targets, and I do believe that we can potentially come back up to 28,965, and I've already got 3 targets on that trade. For the trade that I had a couple of days ago, take profit got hit during today, which is really good, and this is why patience is key. Don't forget that I'm no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you a long-term target on Bitcoin and short-term target, and I'll also show you my little trade on Bitcoin. I want to start off with the 3-monthly chart. We did this a couple of weeks ago, maybe 1 month ago, and we were in this candlestick right now, and I remember that we were talking about this hanging man and that the market was supposed to fill this week, and we saw the market pull back down to the 50 and 61%, and this is where we could find where the market slowly and steady, we just might come back down a little bit more, but I can definitely see from these levels around 26,100, 200, and as I told you, we just might have a little bit more movement to the downside before we slowly and steady start to see that Bitcoin moves to the upside again. Because remember, when it comes to market structure, we need to understand that the higher time frames is the one leading the way, and we could have seen a long time ago that the market was actually about to come back down to the Fibonacci level. The same way I'm using the Fibonacci on the lower time frames, we're using it the exact same way on the higher time frames. So you need to ask yourself one question: if it always works on the lower time frames the way we use Fibonacci, why is it not working on the higher time frame? So if you understood on the higher time frames that we had Fibonacci levels around 26,500 and 32,500, around these levels, you knew the market was supposed to come back down here. And this is the most important thing, that we don't try to involve the emotions, because if it works on the lower time frames, it will also work on the higher time frames. So this is something that we always have to have in mind. But if we just try to focus on what's actually happening right now, I'm just going to use the same trend line that I've used all the time. We are still below this resistance trend line, which means that we're still in a downtrend. But right now we are inside the Fibonacci levels, and as you can see, we're created the 50% as a support and the 61.8% as not as a resistance just yet, but you can see that the market is heading back down to this level around 26,300. And as I told you in the beginning of the video, we just might see the market pull back down a little bit more. But remember, if you've been following it for a long time, on the higher time frames, you usually see the market break through it, and then slowly and steady you see the market push back up. We just might consolidate, but when the market finds one support, the low, you'll see how slowly and steady the market will reverse back up and then create the 61.8% as a support and the 50 as a resistance. But I definitely believe that we will have one leg, the last leg to the downside, and then slowly and steady see the market creating the higher lows, even if we see the market push back down a little bit more. But from one of the lows, I don't believe that the market will break it. So that is why we need to be very patient, and even if the market goes sideways, I don't think it will break that low the market will create below the 61.8%. I can be totally wrong also, but this is definitely something that I think could happen if we're just continuing to go down slowly and steady to the lower time frames. You can see that we've been in a sideways market for a couple of weeks now. We're just gonna identify the sideways market that we tried to break during today. We actually did that, so we're just gonna go down to the 4-hourly chart. We tried to break this level. Now what we also can do is that we drag a resistance trend line. The market can definitely break inside the sideways market again, the support around 28,700, and that can slowly and steady take us back up to the middle of the range, or we could possibly see the market pull back up to the resistance one more time. We can so now I'm talking about long-term targets. This is not obviously going to happen right now, but I just want you to see the bigger perspective of what we can expect the market do now during these coming months. We just might see the market also pull back up to 32,500 or 600, and when the market pulls back up to this level, what do you think people would do? People will try to buy the market as much as they can, and what happens? We know the market comes to a Fibonacci level, and then you just might see the market pull back down again. Maybe not all the way back down to the 61.8%, but definitely potentially back down to the support. Maybe they support around 29,400 or all the way back down to 28,600. Who knows? But this is why it's really important for us to understand where are we in the market, what type of market are we in. We are inside the higher time frames Fibonacci levels where we do expect the market slowly and steady reverse to the upside. But we also have to have in mind that you could potentially see the market be very boring and just go sideways. And if you don't understand this, it's so easy for you to get faked out and you're just waiting for the market to do the big move. But the market is just consolidating on the higher time frames to collect orders, to just do whatever it's supposed to do, and then slowly and steady you see the market reverse either to the upside. It can definitely also continue to the downside, but if we're using the technical tools, we need to follow that, and if the market change direction, we're just gonna continue to follow that. And if you go to the 4-hourly chart, what we can do is that we drag another Fibonacci from 29,293 back down to the lower 28,380. And that is slightly above the support, so we just might see, you can already see the market is retesting the support. But if we come inside again and we only see a retest of 28,830, potentially 28,936, this could be where the market then creates the next lower high, potentially next lower high. If this is the case, target 1 is 28,157, target 2 is 27,670, and take profit 3 is 27,240. So this is the move that I expect the market could potentially do maybe tomorrow or in the beginning of next week. But if we start to see the market giving us one huge big candlestick to the upside and we break the 50 and 61% level, you see the market give us a retest of the support instead. That could take us back. Either the market comes back up and retests the trend line one more time and then see the market reverse back down, or this could be the beginning that we see the market pull back up to the resistance again, because remember, in a sideways market, the market is just bouncing in between the support and the resistance. So remember the trade that I was saying, take profit that hit just a couple of hours ago. I had my take profit at 28,590. This was a trade that I held for, I think it was about 4 days. I just waited for the market to pull back down. I sold the market around on 8th of June. The market came up exactly and retested my entry again, but I had the patience and I was pretty sure about that the market was going down. So I just held my patience, and today, 4 days after, around 4 days after, the market hit my take profit. And don't forget, guys, that you can also receive the bonus on BYBIT up to $4,050 by using the link in the description down below the video. You also have it somewhere here in the corner. And the good thing is, by holding your position for this long time, the very low fees is the one that we want, and that is why I also love BYBIT. So claim the bonus up to $4,050, and this is how you're supporting me in Bitcoinsensus. Thank you so much, guys, for looking at this video together with me. I hope you did enjoy it. Tell me, what do you think will happen? Do you agree with me? Do you have something else you see on the chart? Because what I show you is just what I see. This doesn't have to happen. So please share that in the comment section down below the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know when I am live tomorrow. I hope everyone will have a super great weekend. Love you guys. Mwah, from Sweden.